Hello all, welcome to SolidWorks What's New 2023. So the 3D experience SolidWorks 2023, the highlights is as follows. Like with this new update, one can expect working smarter, working faster and working together. So myself Dhanush KS, I'll be your presenter and I'll take you through the journey of SolidWorks 2023 What's New. I'm working as an application engineer in Beacon, Bangalore. So like if you have any doubts if you have any questions related to the webinar, or you can just post your queries on the question section in the GoToWebinar panel, or you can post it in chat section also. So let's get started with an poll. So there is a poll now. Currently, which version of SolidWorks are you using? So I want all the attendees to participate in this poll. So we'll have around 20 seconds time. Just check the options. You're using 2019 or older one, or 2020 or 2021 or 2022. So currently we have majority of the users, like it says around that 40% of them are using 2022 and 30% are using 2019 or older version. That's great news. Yeah, we'll see another poll. So which is your all-time favorite feature in SolidWorks? I hope everyone, all the engineering design team, they have like unique features they like most in SolidWorks. So you can choose in the options like configuration and design table, or large design review mode, detailing mode, smart components and smart features, toolbox and smart fasteners, and all of the above. It's great to see like around 80% of them are like choosing all of the above options. So we'll have a couple of around 5 seconds, then we will close the poll. Okay, so let's get started in the journey of SolidWorks What's New 2023. So today's agenda will be we will discuss on the key aspects of what new has been added to the user experience, to the parts and features, sheet metal and structures, assembly, drawings, and the visualize, inspection, composer, and finally we will see the cloud collaboration, 3D sculptor and 3D creator tool. So let's get started with the user experience. So we all been like, as a SolidWorks users, you expect the best out of your software when it comes to customization, performance, and working with others. The SolidWorks 2023 significantly improves the user experience. For example, the SolidWorks offers like communicating with your team on a project is a vital success and a great way to do this through comments. So in new SolidWorks 2023, comments are enhanced, improve usability. You can now emphasize the text using the bold, italic, or underline modifiers. And for the selected entities, you can choose the underline or bold characters, and even you can take a screenshot to the comment is just a click away. You can add images from your local machines to give your comment even more context. The background color can be changed as well, so others understand the priority at a glance. These labels, of course, can be customized to add even more clarity. If a commitment is critical, you can set them to appear when the document is opened. It's no secret that SolidWorks has the most customizable interface of any CAD application. Have you customized too much, or maybe you want a fresh start? You can now easily restore default settings in SolidWorks 2023. Each tab of the SolidWorks customize window has a reset to default button that allows you to reset that specific tabs, settings, the command manager, or all customizations. And of course, we have to talk about performance. The render system released in 2019 to improve frame rates during pan, zoom, and rotate has been dramatically optimized. We listened to our user feedback and resolved many issues. You will now have greater reliability with enhanced graphics performance on box check, so that you can realize the faster frame rates when viewing large assemblies or parts with complex geometry. So a better user experience means improved productivity, customizing the user interface, communicating effectively, and improving frame rates allow you and your team to speed through your designs. So now let's just see on the parts and features, what's new had been added in the parts creation as well as the features. SolidWorks is the most feature-rich CAD solution available, but that doesn't mean significant improvements can't be made. In SolidWorks 2023, we have focused on expanding the capabilities of existing features such as single-line fonts for wrap features and all to make you more productive. Inscribing information such as serial number or model names into cylindrical surfaces is best done with single-line fonts. SolidWorks 2023 allows you to scribe those fonts using the wrap feature. Adding the logos what you design in your organization to the, for example, is just a drag and drop now. However, in some situation, a reference may not be valid or otherwise broken. In 2023, you now have the option to keep the feature and solve this issue manually rather than having to cancel the action, edit the library feature, and reapply. This design is good to start, but the smooth surface may not provide enough grip for the rider. Let's create a pattern of ellipse-shaped box to give the rider confidence when traveling over even the most extreme terrain. In SolidWorks 2023, you can now create ellipse with construction geometry, making orientation effortless by selecting construction line, then choosing the appropriate relation. Fully defining the ellipse is now it's easier too, since you don't have to select multiple points to define major and minor axes. Creating an offset body is such easy in SolidWorks, but how far along the handle we should place? Since we are creating a pattern of this body, it would be best based on the parameter approach. In the 2023, the move or copy bodies commands can be defined with translation or rotation, and it can be configured to the configuration basis as well. Using these equations and variables in several features allow us to make broad change without having to edit each individual features. SolidWorks is the most feature-rich CAD system, and now those features are even better with latest release. Whether you are sketching or inscribing the text or working with bodies, these tools are even more flexible, giving you more ways to increase your productivity than ever. Like we have seen the move or copy bodies, now it comes with Euler method for angular rotation. You can able to just check and provide an angular rotation in the Y or X or Z axis. So that was about the parts and the features. Now we will see what's new in sheet metal and structures in 2023. SolidWorks structure systems and sheet metal have new enhancements in 2023 that enable smoother design to manufacturing workflows and speed up tedious tasks. This track setting machine has a hydraulic guard that needs to be extended to further protect these couplings from heavy equipments and falling from debris operation. Opening this sheet metal part what has been created, we can easily extend this component, for example like part 2 inches to cover the coupling. But notice when making this change, a warning popped up in the tree. This is new SolidWorks Sheet Metal 2023. Sheet metal specific sensors can be created to dynamically warn you if the flat pattern of the sheet metal part exceeds width, length, or a bounding box area or blank values. This new feature saves redesign time and catches costly mistakes, so your sheet metal parts will sail through manufacturing. By reducing the outer dimension of the part, the warning goes away. When the part is originally created, the created sketch used to have the initial base flange where all the bends are dimension equal. But when accounting for material thickness, it results different radii for the inside and outside corners. And that is the problem for manufacturing, since it requires additional machining setup. Now in SolidWorks 2023, we can choose the new symmetrical option will ensure an identical inside and outside resultant to the bend radius. We used a gauge table for the sheet metal part, and now in the drawing the gauge value can be added directly to the cut list properties, preventing the need to create any global variables or equations. As we are preparing to ship this machine, we'll need to build a sturdy, reusable shipping crate to prevent damage while transporting from job site to job site. SolidWorks Structure Systems was used to build this steel crate from a combination of 3D sketches for primary members and reference planes for secondary members. By default, all these corners are mitered, which is great for some applications, but for this crate, we'll need to change the corner treatments to make it easier for build. New in SolidWorks 23 Structure Systems, we can now automatically group similar corners to apply the same corner treatment. This purple arrow identify which corners will belong to the group. Using the new zoom to selection command, we can verify the trim order is exactly what we want to strengthen the corners. We'll add connection elements like the gusset. New in 2023, this can be patterned to similar corners again. The purple arrows identifies where the pattern gussets will go, automating the structural design process and saving time. We may want to build a more durable crate with larger square tube stock. New in Structure System 2023, we can now change the weldment profile for select set of members and save that to unique configuration. SolidWorks Sheet Metal and Structure System in 2023 accelerates your design to manufacturing workflow and adds new features that every shop floor operator will enjoy. With thickness, symmetrical thickness, gauge values available in the cut list properties, or selecting similar corners in the structure system, and many more. This was about the sheet metal and structures. Now we will discuss on the assembly part. So through the years, SolidWorks assemblies have brought intuitive and efficient workflow capabilities that help bring our complex models to life. SolidWorks 2023 expands on new assembly enhancements and continues to accelerate performance. Let's dive in and explore some of these inspiring new capabilities. Creating assembly patterns is a common and time-saving practice. Patterns such as this linear pattern offer some instances to be skipped with differing variation. Traditional workflow would need multiple patterns, features, or instances to be suppressed and unsuppressed depending upon the desired configuration. In SolidWorks 2023, this is no longer the case. Any pattern type that supports skipped instances now supports configurations, offering a much more direct way to modify your patterns. Using the replace component is a simple way to swap out existing parts, and now you will see additional options have been added. 2023 welcomes the ability to replace a single component or multiple components in the current assembly and the current behavior of the assembly and sub-assembly levels also. You'll also see a new preview window giving direct visual feedback using accurate component to replace every time. And as we tends to change the configuration, there might be chances of reference missing. Now in 2023 SolidWorks, there is an option called auto repair. One can choose this, so automatically the missing references will be solved. Even if we change multiple configurations also, reference will be maintained. To allow for proper assembly of the manufactured model, an assembly level cut will be needed to assist in accessing some key fasteners. New in SolidWorks 2023, assembly cuts include the same end condition as seen at the part level, expanding flexibility to design intent. In this case, adding an up-to surface will automate the exact cut depth regardless of any change conveyors. Using the box select will gather and intersecting parts to be included in the cut, which includes toolbox components also. This could lead some issues downstream with the propagate to parts option check. New in 2023, toolbox components are automatically removed from this list and a notification is shown, giving you an extra level of security to your shared toolbox library. Taking a look at this conveyor assembly, multiple configurations have been created. To speed up the layout process, magnetic mates may also be defined, but depending on which configuration, different magnetic connection points may or may not be needed. In SOLIDWORKS 2023 adds new functionality to magnetic mates by allowing you to suppress and unsuppress individual connection points. This new features brings extended functionality to an already powerful way to approach your assembly process. Even with configured magnetic connections, getting the right placement can sometimes be a tedious task. In SOLIDWORKS 2023, magnetic connection points respect the visibility of the part or assembly they are attached to. Using the hide, isolate, and display states helps focus on areas where new connections are taking place. Assembly visualization offers a dynamic way to display and sort information about your assembly. In 2023, additional support for lightweight mode is introduced, no longer requiring you to resolve components for properties such as mass and total weight. The properties drop-down list has also been updated to an alphabetical order or more locate commonly used properties such as graphic triangles like that. You'll also notice that rollback bar has also been thickened to make for much more easier mouse selection. As you can see, this assembly is starting to grow in complexity, which can impact overall performance. SOLIDWORKS 2023 simplifies working with large assemblies with new system option. Enabling this improves performance by selectively using lightweight technology when you load components in resolve mode, taking out the manual process of switching between the two. With this new option available, you can spend more time focusing on your design and less time managing large assembly modes. Large assemblies can also introduce issues when working with external vendors, such as commonly used step file formats. In SOLIDWORKS 2023, you can now support exporting assemblies as multiple step files through new system option. With this enabled, step files for the top level, subassembly, and individual parts are created, introducing a more streamlined approach when collaborating through neutral file types. Whether you're building simple or complex assemblies, SOLIDWORKS 2023 offers an array of new enhancements to ensure your job can be done as efficiently as possible. So let's look at the benchmark done on this NOA satellites. In this assembly, the total component size is 11,332, and we'll do with the new option that is there in SOLIDWORKS 2023, that is called optimized resolve mode. So this assembly contains like several sub-assemblies as well as it has equations too. First, we will launch in 2022 and we'll compare with 2023. So the master assembly selected and mode is set to resolved, and we have unchecked large assembly option so that we can find exactly what time it will take to launch. So it took 2 minutes 12 seconds to open this geometry, and to solve the problem, like any errors in the options and all, it is taking to open around 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The same thing we will see when this is done in 2023. So in SOLIDWORKS 2023, there is a new optimized option that is called optimized resolve. We can set that option. It is a combination of lightweight mode and resolved mode, and with the same option unchecking the large assembly setting, when this assembly is opened, it is taking 1 minute 6 seconds to open, and to solve the errors it is taking around 1 minute 47 seconds. So we can see the time frame displayed in the presentation. It is like 2023 optimized resolved mode opens 200 times faster than the 2022 version, and the 2023 workflow time increases 153 times faster. And apart from this one, in the exploded view, or when we create the exploded lines, there is an option for us to choose the line colors now in the default options. And in the design tables, we can able to override the values such as SOLIDWORKS mass or SOLIDWORKS costing in 2023. Apart from this, when we do design tables or configuration, there is a dedicated button called Property Manager for maintaining the multiple configurations has been added. And when we share like an external reference search is also included in the subfolders now in the 2023 versions, where you can able to make an external references for not only for the master assembly file, even for the subfolders as well. So this was about the assembly design. Now we will see what's new in SolidWorks Drawings 2023. Documenting your designs means making drawings, and the more complex your product becomes, the more detailing is required. Enhancements to the drawing in SolidWorks 2023 will help you create drawings with more automation. You can now open the associated drawings of parts and subassemblies right from within a higher level drawing, whether you can select from the feature manager, from a table, or directly from the graphics area. This will help you navigate a product structure without having to locate or open referenced parts or assembly models. It's common to make manual overrides to bill of materials tables, but how do you know which cells have been modified? Now, when a table is selected, any overridden items display with a user-defined highlight color, possibly preventing a costly error. You can restore original values individually by row or columns, or reset entire table at once. Auto balloon can now show quantities outside the balloon. This option was previously only supported for manual balloons. This enhancement improves automation and providing greater formatting control when detailing assembly items. New for 2023, the bill of materials can be filtered with familiar spreadsheet style controls. Icons in the table header indicate whether the filters are applied, and they can be removed just as easily. The integrated search bar narrows down as lengthy column of values, and custom filters can be defined with conditional logic. You need a custom bill of materials such as part list or purchased hardware. You filter criteria combines across multiple columns, just like you'd expect. Any existing auto balloons updates to match the filter table, no manual editing is required. The resulting table can be like saved to common formats such as share on the fly tablets, or can be extended using your utility of the drawings. Visualizing transparent objects in drawing view is just got easier with new detailing option to see through transparent components or bodies. This can be enabled on view by view basis, or set as a document level option that will apply to any newly added views. Anything beyond transparent objects will be shown with visible edges, so you can create drawings with even more detail and clarity. Complete and accurate documentation is essential to getting your designs built right the first time. Enhancements to drawings in SolidWorks 2023 will help you accomplish your detailing task faster and communicate your design intent even more efficiently. So, apart from this one, there is an additional options in what's new SolidWorks Drawings 2023, that is, you can have the GD&T sim, like you can limit geometrical tolerance to standards. So it will reduce the potential for annotation errors by removing GTOL options in the document properties. And you can now specify a vector as a transitional modifier to a datum in the feature control frame. Dynamic profile tolerance is also added and updated as per the ASME 2018 format. Max tolerance notation you can now manually like you can apply with the check-in box. And when we generate the whole table or generating the whole table, we can choose non-circular holes as part of the whole table in the what's new drawings 2023. So this was about the drawings. Now we'll see what's new in Visualize. There is no more effective way to share your ideas than with eye-catching graphics, and there is no faster way to create them than with SOLIDWORKS Visualize 2023. Visualize has set the bar for creating incredible graphics from your CAD models, and for this release, the whole process just got even easier. So we can able to import the components part or body can be done with mimics of SolidWorks streamlined workflows. And there is a new PBR preview mode, so it enables for improving of the PBR materials given on the realistic representation for the final render states. And the new stellar render engine has been added in Visualize 2023. It provides physical correcting render engine like expecting the performance on par with iRay for this release. And the color picker has received an improvements such as you can filter the color codes with respective to CMYK, RGB and HSV modes. So this was about the what's new of SolidWorks Visualize. Now we will see inspection. SolidWorks inspection has always sought out to dramatically reduce the amount of time and effort that is required to create first article inspection documentation. SolidWorks Inspection 2023 takes that ethos up level with improvements in speed, control and consistency. For 2023, standalone inspection gets clean new look with whole interface update. This new interface is more concise, making each option clear and easy to identify. Current and new standalone users alike will be thrilled to discover that all the new auto ballooning capability now extends to file formats such as PDF files. The previously existing smart feature has been replaced with new auto extract command. Auto extract command is now one-stop shop that handles auto ballooning for all supported file formats, 2D or 3D. This provides enormous jump stats like for inspection reports from PDF files. Inspection brings added intelligence to case where manual ballooning is used as well. Manual extract will now identify the characteristics selected and eliminates need to switch back and forth between the tools. When working with SolidWorks add-in, inspection setup can now be fine-tuned with set of criteria. The sequences can now be created and named for future use. These sequences set a custom starting point that can be applied for a variety of purposes. Auto extract can now be limited by sheet as well as for a labeled added level of control by default. All sheets will be included with a default starting value, which can of course be adjusted. Each sheet can now follow its own sequence or continue on from the previous sheet numbering. Taking the advantage of the power of the automated ballooning in more situations than ever before with added control and sequences. Cleanup and recognition has been enhanced as well. The characteristic tree now provides a pane where balloon numbering can be viewed and modified by sheet or drawing view. Reordering all balloons at once is now as easy as drag and drop to reorder sheets. All balloons involved will automatically drawing views results in the same effect. The characteristic table balloons can be reordered by view or manually dragged. Along with the ability to fine-tune the ballooning per sheet, comes with export multiple sheet as well. Just like creating balloons per sheet, the exporting options now control over include sheets per document. This applies to PDF exports as well as Excel outputs. SolidWorks inspection is more consistent, more intelligent, and more efficient than ever before. Taking advantage of the power, retain the control, and get your inspection documentation done faster with Inspection 2023. Let us This was about the what's new inspection in 2023. Let us see what has been changed in the Composer. Composer is a tool where you can generate technical documentation. In what's new, there is an view collection has been added to the home screen as well as to the in the interface of the Composer. It collects the activating the sets of default located created views, and there is an online help as a default available for the Composer. Let's have a quick poll. So I want everyone to participate in this poll. So it says like, what is the current method of managing your engineering documents? Whether it is OneDrive, Google Drive, PLM or PDM, or using any existing, you're not using any as such, or you are open to explore. So I can see the results like around 30 to 40% using existing PLM or PDM, and 40% are like open to explore. That's good. So now we will see what's new in cloud collaboration in SolidWorks 3D Experience 2023. So the 3D Experience SolidWorks is a new avatar of SolidWorks. It provides 3D modeling capabilities similar to SolidWorks, and as like in by default it has enabled cloud connected PDM and PLM. You've been considering a solution to manage your SolidWorks data for years, but it is just felt daunting. Hardware investments are expensive, implementations are resource intensive, and in the end, do you really have the time? Let's see how designers and their teams overcome these common barriers with collaborative designer for SolidWorks on the 3D Experience platform. With the 3D Experience platform, there is a minimal configuration, so within minutes, designer can able to begin securely saving the data to the cloud directly from the SolidWorks. Bookmarks provide a familiar way for him to recognize and structure the designs. So with simple save, designer is can save the designs secure, his custom properties are extracted, and within the built-in lifecycle management, he can control by updating the status. Without purchasing a single server, design team can now access his designs from anywhere with a web browser. If the manager involves in this activity like product management and not a SolidWorks user, then is on site with a supplier to review the product structure, he has direct access to designer released designs. With the help of tags and filters, he can quickly visualize those parts and that will be made, those that will be purchased. When the manager's suppliers provides him feedback that can improve the design, he captures the idea in a markup, redline the sketches on the model, help to convey the lower bracket could directly support the piston, reducing the number of parts and strengthen overall design. To get this feedback to design team, manager used to send emails that with few napkins sketch attachments. Now he simply creates a task, assigns to the concerned person, and drags and drops to the markup and assembly onto the task, streamlining the design feedback and collaboration. Back at the office, the designer is able to access the manager's task right inside of SolidWorks, He updates the status and then opens the assembly with a simple drag and drop. The assembly is brought local to his machine, ensuring optimal performance, and even the opening the markup in the task pane provides a designer convenient reference for the change he needs to make. Designer have traditionally spent a lot of time renaming and replacing the files to represent new versions. Now he simply bumps the revision on the affected part and assembly, and the reference are managed for him. He modifies the geometry as requested by his manager, and with the help of integrated search finds just the right piece of hardware to finish the task. With the changes made, the designer updates the release status of the design and finalizes the task. With collaborative designer for SolidWorks, managing and collaborating on your SolidWorks data has never been more accessible. And as your needs grow, the 3D experience works will continue to help you overcome the barriers with connected change management, project management, and release management. What barriers to design collaboration you'll overcome with 3D experience works? Apart from that one, we do have additional means like the browser based design tools. We will focus on that one now. So getting started with the 3D sculptor, products today have more style and complexity than ever, but turning designs ideas into functional CAD models can be difficult with traditional modeling tools. In the 3D experience SolidWorks 2023, 3D sculptor takes a simpler free-form approach that unlocks endless design possibilities, offering subdivisional modeling from a browser on any connected device. So it can be accessed on even phone, tabs, and as well as the workstations. Let's see how a designer leverages the X-Shape app in 3D Sculptor to complete a sleek and stylish exterior for scooter design. Designer starts creating new components with reference images. Subdivisional modeling begins with primitive shape or a surface that can be scaled uniformly or with a bounding box at a point in the design. Push and pull scale and rotate the sub elements with the on-screen manipulator to sculpt any shape imaginable. Add or remove edges or subdivide the faces for more localized control. Curvature continuity is maintained throughout, but if sharp edges are needed, add a crease and make adjustments on the fly. Pop-up notifications and built-in task management make it easy to collaborate on design projects. Teammates can add comments, share models, and track each other's progress all within the design workspace. Align sub-D elements to sketches or model geometry from other components and achieve high level of precision with numeric inputs. Turning on the symmetry to automatically to get the mirror changes. And one can add more material with the extrude command or insert an altogether newly subdivided body. Make irregular selections with the lasso tools and aligning sub-D elements to curve that can be drawn right on the screen. Sometimes manipulating sub-D body causes surface to intersect. The mesh inspection tool isolates this issue and give cage view makes it easy to refine the problematic areas. The next surface command is perfectly for creating sub-D surfaces based on the sketches and curves already set up in the model. Parameters on the new surface can be adjusted before sculpting it into the shape. Turning on the working zone to isolate specific areas of this active sub-D body or surfaces. Multiple sub-D bodies is easy as dragging and updating the model onto the task and moving it to complete. Adding the manufacturing details for this existing design can be done in XDesign or through the SolidWorks desktop. So designers can have always work in their app of choice. As this design of the C-scooter continues to evolve, making a new version with built-in data management or creating a branch when it's time to explore an entirely new concept. 3D Sculptor freeform environment allows you to create complex shapes and surfaces more easily than ever. Collaborate with teammates to take your designs from concept to production, all from your browser on any connected device. Oh, so this was about the 3D Sculptor tool, and we'll see what new has been added to the 3D Creator tool. Developing the products today requires more flexibility and teamwork than ever, and traditional design tools aren't always equipped to handle modern teams spread across the globe. 3D Creator provides industry-leading parametric modeling on the cloud in any browser, connecting all the people and data needed to take products from idea to delivery. Let's see how a designer make use of XDesign app in 3D Creator to complete the latest C-scooter assembly. Design like part design is typically begins with a sketch. Commands are easily accessible from the context menus or the shortcut rings. Switch between extrude a revolve and the sweep options all from one command with super features. Users parameters can drive both sketch and feature geometry, so design changes update predictably. Shortcut rings like mouse gestures adapt to working environment to keep the most relevant commands close at the end, and command parking adds sketches or reference geometry on the fly without even leaving the feature. Design like assistance anticipates the next step, so sketching is less repetitive and selections are faster than ever. Skip the sketch and extrude from any existing face is possible, and creating complex blends with a variable radius fillet is like has been added to Creator 2023. Drag and drop to insert a new part into an assembly, open in another XDesign window. Assembling the components is easy with intuitive context tools that recommends what type of mates based on the selected geometry, and can create a new component from an existing feature right in the context of the assembly itself. And when it comes to importing, we can import PCBs and other ECAD files in traditional IDF file formats. And there is a provision for snap to fit mating tools. It speeds up the repetitive assembly task, and with the artificial intelligence helps predict the placement of similar components. And it comes with copy with mates. It replicates the components where patterns don't apply, and the advanced mate allows designer to visualize complex more scenarios like gear mechanisms or universal joint mechanisms like that. Creating and reviewing the markups to clearly communicate the ideas and share updated models all within the design workspace. It provides an hierarchy of what and all the conversation has done in the comments. Reusing the sketches from the other components save time and ensures the standardization. '3D Creator gives you the tools you need to complete the design task, connect with teammates, and prepare for manufacturing all from the browser on any connected device. So for the existing SolidWorks can be connected to the cloud collaboration for data management and lifecycle management. It comes with, you can also make use of browser-based design tools such as 3D Creator and 3D Sculptor. Let's have a quick poll now. Like, I want everyone to participate in this poll. Like, what is the number of design engineers, or like how many installations of SolidWorks is there in your organization? You can choose 1 to 3 license, or 3 to 5 designers, or 5 to 10, or 10 or more. So the majority like it's been a game between 1 to 3 as well as 10 or more license in the, and we would like to be knowing few information such as like whether you are interested in cloud enabled PDM or PLM solutions, so that we can provide a webinar on this one in the SolidWorks in future webinars. It's good to see around 80% of them like they are interested to see the webinars on cloud enabled PDM and PLM in detail. Let's have one more poll and we'll go for questionnaires. And apart from creating the designs, like for analyzing purpose, like to undergo design validations, we do like simulation set of like we have a wide variety of portfolio. And whether you would be interested in future webinars on the simulation front. Yes, that is like around 90% of them have choose yes. That's good to see. And we will arrange simulation as well as PDM webinars in the upcoming webinars. So I hope the new features of 3D Experience SolidWorks 2023 along with the cloud collaboration as well as the browser based design tools will make your design process more streamlined, with the functionalities like use from right from user experience to the creating the technical documentations. The new the features has been added and it has been more progressed than the earlier versions. So we will go for questions. Like if you have any questions, you can post in the portal or you can post it in chat box. Mr. Krishna Vishwanathan has asked, like, could you please record this session and cascade if possible? Yes, sir. We will share the link of recorded webinar and it will be delivered to your mail IDs. Mallikarjun, like Mr. Mallikarjun sir asked, like how to show fine balloons for non-geometric components in drawing. So can you be like more specific on this one, or we'll get back to you regarding that. Mr. Pankaj Kumar has raised like also like informative webinar. I want to know any changes in simulation part in 2023. Sir, we'll be conducting a simulation webinar in the upcoming webinars. Mr. Sundar Kumar is like how we can able to do validations on the design components. The 3D Experience SolidWorks as linear static analysis in the premium bundle, where you can able to do performance on the design like validation on the components as well as the assembly as well. And we'll be doing an simulation webinars in the upcoming sessions. Mr. Santosh Gaj is like, can you please share the presentation files? Sir, we'll be sharing this recorded webinar link to your respective mail IDs. And if you have any doubts, you can post the questions in the portal or you can post it in chat box also. Mr. Sundar Kumar has raised like, are you capable of providing digital twins? Yes, Dassault Systems have been doing a lot of R&D on digital twins platforms recently, and webinar has been done on this platform, like a virtual twin or digital twin concept. We will share you that webinar link to your respective mail ID. You can go through and explore the digital twin concept. If you have any more questions, you can write a mail to us for the mail mentions like marketing@beacon-india, or you can mail directly to me, or you can write a mail to info@beacon-india.com. So we will get back to you on that regards. Thank you everyone for participating in this What's New webinar of SolidWorks 2023, and we'll be closing the session now.